Hello everyone. As you heard, my name is Jelena Vasic. I'm from Serbia, and I have a very unpleasant task to have you tie down to your chairs before the lunchtime. So I will try to be short. But let me just start by explaining the title of my speech. It's Behind the Award-Winning Open Data Portal. I must say that this title was a gift from lovely Nino, one of the organizers. She actually sent me the title because I was late with my notes. And I must say thank you, Nino, wherever you are. I will let you know what is behind Creek, but first let me tell you who we are. So I am brave enough to think that some of you have actually heard about CRIC. For the others, I will just explain that CRIC is short for Crime and Corruption Reporting Network. And in Serbian, CRIC also means scream. So we're trying to scream to our readers what is happening behind their back in their own country. And we are a small team of 10 investigative journalists. We have been working together for several years, but then 2 years ago, we decided it's time for a change in our lives, and believe it or not, it's time for a change in Serbia. And we wanted to be completely independent, so we made CRIC. And in these 2 years, so far, we have published many investigative stories and 2 huge online databases. And each of them have been public and, of course, completely available for our readers. And each of them have discovered many dirt about the ruling people in our country. And I will just give you a few examples. Like, we discovered which minister from our government is tied to which criminal group, or how many properties have our president hid, or in which offshore zones the mayor of our capital is doing his business. And I must say that our stories did have impact. After some of them, some state institutions have awoken and actually did their job and did some investigation of their own, of some cases we discovered. Also, we are very proud of the fact that we had massive civil protests on the streets of Belgrade because of one of our stories. Anti-governmental protests happened in February this year. And actually, there were several public recognitions followed. We had several international awards. We were very proud to be part of Panama Papers and Paradise Papers project, but those are all fun and games. I can tell you now what is behind it. So we'll go back a year and a half ago when we started to investigate the property of the current president of Serbia. And it's the time we also discovered that our office is bugged, that our editor is being followed, wiretapped, monitored, photographed on the street. And we discovered that by reading a tabloid, a pro-government tabloid, which published our unpublished story. And it also contained photos of our editor on several meetings, information from his private life, and it was a huge smear campaign. They were actually monitoring us and then publish our unpublished stories in completely reversed angle. So that is the time when we felt on our skin what is a misuse of information. And it wasn't pleasant, I must tell you. Our editor was on the headlines of that most selling tabloid in the country for 5 days, that first time when we had a smear campaign. And the headlines were, this is foreign payer, this is mafia associate, French spy, media terrorist. We had a very clever one from a month ago, so Crick editor is a drug addict. That is why he's writing this kind of articles. And that could sound funny, but it's really not, because they're putting a target on your face saying, so this is enemy of the state. And after this kind of articles, we actually received death threats on our social media profiles, such as you should be lined up and shot as foreign spies. And in July this year, we had a very severe case. The home of our leading investigative journalist was broken into. She wasn't there, but when her fiancé came back home, he found out all their things rolled over. Nothing was missing, so it wasn't a robbery. Someone was looking for something, or it was just a case of intimidation. And well, actually, I cannot say we were not afraid, but that's what they intended. And of course, police didn't find out who did it. It's too difficult case with all the cameras to find out who broke into one apartment in the center of the city. And I can tell you more about what's behind one investigative portal. We have many, unfortunately, we have many cases like this. But what is my message today is that didn't stop us. We were like, okay, so two sides can play this game. So let the games begin. If you are calling us criminals, okay, we will check your criminal background. If you're spreading fake news about us, well, we're about to launch a debunking fake news portal. If you're breaking into our apartments, we will investigate your property. Anything you do, we can do better. Just clean, just completely with the cards on the table, you know. And I must tell you, that is important. People feel what the real data is if you're being completely open about it. What we do believe that is highly important is that we publish each document as a proof of our story, so everything is public and people can compare the false facts and the entire full facts on our website. And this is something that is just not a message, like people do support us, and it's visible through the amount of readership. We had, it's not many, maybe for you, but 500,000 readers per month now is reading Crick. And that's a lot if you live in a country with 6 million people. And it's a game in which you must win in order for your readers to win. And I must tell you, while I was packing to catch my plane to Georgia, I received an email saying that actually we have got a new institutional grant, and it was approved that we can build an entire new database. And that's something that it's really inspiring, like, okay, so now we have a chance to once again fight for the truth, and we will. And today, on my 20-something birthday, I must tell you, and I can promise you that Crick will be heard. Thank you.